Greetings everybody, my name is John Campea and thank you for joining me for my quick review of the new film, The Ides of March. Now, The Ides of March has an incredible cast. Ryan Gosling, George Clooney, Paul Giamatti, Philip Seymour Hoffman, the list goes on and on and on. It's just an incredible cast from top to bottom, filled with Oscar winners and Oscar nominees of every shape and size you can possibly imagine. Now, the film, as you can tell from the trailers, is a political thriller. Ryan Gosling plays a political analyst and a political advisor for the campaign for George Clooney's character, who is running for the Democratic nomination for President of the United States. But along the way, some allegiances get blurred, there's a little bit of betrayal, there's a huge kind of plot twist that happens that turns everything on their ear and all hell breaks loose. But the main thing I want to talk about right now is the good and the bad. On the good side of The Ides of March is you got to start with the performances. From top to bottom, all these performances are remarkable. And even though you've got this film that is surrounded by award nominees, the lead in the film and the true centerpiece of the film is Ryan Gosling. This has been Ryan Gosling's year. From Crazy Stupid Love, which I thought he was fantastic in, to Drive, which is just a magnificent film, and now this. Ryan Gosling goes toe-to-toe with Marissa Tomei, Paul Giamatti, George Clooney, Philip Seymour Hoffman, all in individual one-on-one scenes, and as an actor really stands his ground. He's incredible. Also, all those one-on-one scenes I talked about, Gosling shares an incredibly intense and powerful scene with each one of them individually, and all those scenes for me were incredibly memorable. George Clooney does a fantastic job directing this film. The film has a great tone to it. It really draws you into the intrigue and the tension that's built up around this whole story. It's done extremely well and a very well written script at the same time. An extremely enjoyable movie. On the downside of this film, and I'm just nitpicking a bit here, the scale of the film felt small. In many occasions, it felt to me like they were really fighting over the control of a small or medium-sized company rather than the United States of America. It's hard to quantify why that is, but just as I was watching the film, it didn't feel like there were national, worldwide implications. It really felt like it was on a smaller scale. Also, one of the drawbacks, as you can tell from the trailer, Ryan Gosling has a turn moment where he's working for George Clooney, and at some point he turns against George Clooney. And I'm not giving anything away, you can see it in the trailer. The thing is, Ryan Gosling is portrayed to us in the first part of the film really as an idealist, a passionate believer in what he's doing, and really believes in George Clooney. And they never really sold to me the idea that he would turn on Clooney so viciously and so quickly. It just didn't feel like a natural transition, but as I've said, these are kind of small points that are just really minute details. Overall, Ides of March is a highly enjoyable, tense, dramatic, well-acted, well-directed film with a few small problems about some plot problems and a little bit of a scale issue, but overall fantastic film. Overall, I'm going to give The Ides of March an 8.5 out of 10. Thanks for joining me. I'm John Campea.